Hey guys, this is about planning your work and then working your plan. Sound a little wonky there, right? But let me lay this on you. Would you go shopping without a shopping list? Right? Would you go out in the rain without an umbrella or a raincoat? It's all about being prepared and planning what the hell is going on. All right, let me lay this on you. This is a job I'm going to do. This is how I plan it, right? With whoever's working with me. We sit down, we make sure we got everything we need, all the tools, all the materials. We talk about it, and then we go. We don't start right away and then find out we don't have half the shit. Enough of that bullshit. This is called Watch the Mouse, Rapid Tailstock. Part number 1, right? The thing is called, see in the middle, tailstock body. On either side it says game plan. Paint by the numbers. I'll show you what I mean. Hang on. Usually before you start, you end up with a drawing. You don't talk about it and have nothing to refer to. You have this thing, it's called a drawing. Right now you're in my CAD system. See what it says? Sounds a little redundant. Rapid Tailstock. That's the project, the name of the project. Let me show you what it looks like. You see this? I want to show. See this thing in the middle of your screen? See the mouse? That's a whole assembly of parts. It's a mechanism. See on this end? It's got a Morse taper with a tang. See the tang there? Then it's got a body, right? Right? It's got some linkage, got a lever. You see it? I'm going to show you what this is about. First of all, let me show you a dimension. See from here to here, 3 inches. All right, when you pull that lever, that thing is gonna advance 3 inches. Let me get it out of the way now. I'm gonna show you what advances 3 inches. Well, let me do this first. Right here, I'm showing you item number 5 has a Jacobs taper. There's a drill chuck, 1/2-inch drill chuck, right? And it's got a 5/8 silver Deming drill in it. That's how it looks if you take a look inside. All right? I'm going to put this critter up there where I just showed you the dimension. Remember I showed. Now what happens here is this item number 1 with the taper shank is fixed into your tailstock. It doesn't move. What moves is this drill chuck, and it moves 3 inches like I showed you when you pull this lever. You see, you pull that lever, that sucker will advance 3 inches. All right? Just giving you a little background music here, all right? All right. Now this is my shopping list, all right? We're talking about item 1. Item 1, well, it looks just like this. It's got the taper shank. It's got a slot that goes right through it. This is another view of the same thing, all right? But anyways, and here's my shopping list. Stress-proof, blah, 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 part number, where I can get it, all that bullshit, right? Well, now I'm going to elaborate on how to make item 1. Let's go over here. I'm going to make 4 of these rapid tailstocks, right? So I'm going to cut enough pieces to make 4 pieces. See, it says 4 required. This is item number 1. That's what we're talking about. The material, 1144 stress proof, 1.5 inch diameter. You see it there? All right. Now, let me zero in on my true set, Chuck. 99% of this work is going to be done in the true set chuck. The chuck, the chuck can be set to run real close, right? And closer than what this job demands. All right. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to cut 4 pieces, longer than what we need. The stress-proof material is round and clean. We're gonna run some Scotch-Brite over it to clean up the OD, make sure everything is doesn't have any burrs and hickeys and old refrigerator doors and shit hanging all over. Got nice and clean. Now I'm gonna put it in that true set chuck. Watch the mouse. I'm going to face one end. I'm going to flip it around against the stop. Face the other end. I'm going to chamfer both pieces. All done with stops. The total lengths will be within 1 or 2 thousandths of each other. That's step number 1. Now, using the same stops, I'm going to put a center hole in each end. See that end? I'm going to center drill it. See this end? I'm going to center drill it. Alright? Alright. Now you see this here? Still the same part, but I'm going to turn it down to a 1 inch diameter here. Alright? I'm going to put this material against the stop, and I'm gonna turn them all to the same length. They'll be within a few thousandths of each other. All right. All right. Now I'm gonna take the sumbitch, right, and I'm gonna drill a hole in one end. You see it right here? The hole is gonna be a 1/2 inch reamed hole. I'm gonna drill it. I'm gonna bore it, and then ream it. The boring will ensure when you ream it, it'll be dead concentric with the OD. Drill, bore, and ream, not drill and ream. Are you digging it? Alright? Alright, so now I'm going to end up with this thing. I'm showing a hole in here. You see it? This area? That's a 1/2 inch hole. And they're all going to be the lengths are going to be close to each other because I'm going to use a stop in the true set chuck. Alright? Alright, now let me show you what I'm going to do. See this thing? That's a plug. What am I making that for? I'll show you in a minute. Let me put the plug in the hole, alright? What the hell is it? See this plug I'm going to turn up? It's going to fit right in that hole nicely. I want to make the plug with a center drill hole in it. This way here, I got a center drill hole in each end. Alright? Whether I need it or not, that's it. Alright? Now I'm going to take that plug out. I'm going to get the plug out of the way. Take it out of the way. Okay. Now I'm going to make this item. This is a Jacob's taper on this end. You see it? That's the thing that goes in the drill chuck. Alright? It's going to have a straight shank here with a hole. Right? A 5/16 hole. A pin's going to drop in there. I'm going to turn this up second. Right? To make sure that this diameter right here, I want to slide nicely into this hole. You see this hole that we made? I'm not going to be presumptuous and pick a size that's too tight or too sloppy. I'm going to machine it, make sure that it slides nice in there. You understand? Let me put it in there for you, okay? As you can see, here's the end of it. You see, beyond the end of that number 5 item is some space. I don't want it to bottom. I want enough room in there. Just building in some room there. You see it? Item 5 is going to slide in and out nicely of item 1 here. You see it? So, that, okay, now let me put that sucker back. Alright, now let me do this. Hang on. I'm always looking for some. Alright. Here's what it's going to look like when it's done. I'm going to have a slot right through it. You see it? Alright? But over here, at this sequence of operations, I'm gonna drill a number of drills in there. First of all, let me show you an end view. Obviously, this is going to have a hole in it. Like I showed you, see where the mouse is? I'm showing the OD and the hole. Here's a drill. I'm going to put a drill in there. The drills are this diameter. 11 drilled holes, 282 diameter or 9/32 holes. You can see them. Right? They're very close to each other, but they don't break into each other. So we're going to drill halfway through. You want to try and drill through this thing. Alright, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to come over here, alright, and I'm going to drill. Hit the red represents the drill. From when I touch the point to the OD, I'm going to go 629 thousandths, theoretically, right? Then, well, maybe I forget. I forgot to mention. Let me back up a little. This thing's gonna, one end is gonna be put in the indexer. This particular indexer has a tailstock. Alright? That's where this plug comes in. See that plug? Tailstock's gonna go up against it, and this indexer will be able to revolve or index these pieces. So I'm showing these here, right? I'm going to drill halfway through, right? I'm going to index at the $1.80 and do the same thing. Now I'll have most of the meat out of the way. That's the drilling operation, right? Now I'm going to come over here to the milling operation. I'm going to take an end mill, a 312 end mill, right? Or 5/16 end mill, and it's going to go down a little more than, let's say 5 1/16. You're going to put the end mill right in the middle, dial that sucker with your DRO, clean it up, right? Index it a $1.80, do the other side, same thing. You see it? That's part of the planning thing, all right? All right, now let me go over here. Then I'm going to take this in my true set chuck, which runs good. I'm going to chuck this end up with a stop, right? And I'm going to cut this taper using a gauge block kit. Right? I'll cut that like popcorn. Right? No math, no bullshit. Right? Like Johnny Bench says, no drips, no runs, no errors. If I need the tailstock center, I got it. If I don't need it, it's not hurting anything. You see it here? Alright? I'm going to do 4 of them suckers. Again, with a stop. Alright? Alright, now that I'm done with this area is round. It has to have a tang like this. This has to be milled. Do you see it? Alright? But I don't know the orientation of this slot to that tang. I know one thing right here. On my 10EE, my Monarch 10EE, the tang and the tailstock is 20 to 30 degrees off the center line. Well, then this tang has to be 20 to 30 degrees off of this slot, the center line of this slot, all right? All right, let me show you something now. Let me show you. Well, how do I get to mill that tang at the right angle to the slot? Let me show you this. Take a piece of flat stock that just fits in there, which is 5/16. You're going to put that in there. Let me do this. I'm going to put it in there. You see? Now I said that this could be 20, I'm going to make it 25 degrees off, a guess, like my tailstock. Oh, wrong side, hang on. I gotta make that the other way. Alright? There you go, right? Now what do I do with that fucking thing, right? I'm just telling you. But now you can put a protractor on this, right? When you mill the tang, you can use this as something to put your protractor on so that the tang is at the right orientation to the slot. Alright? Let me put this shit back. Alright, I'll show you how we're gonna do that. Hang on, baby. Alright? I'm showing you this at 25 degrees. Yeah, I'm taking a shot, right? I drew up a set of vice jaws, right? I'm showing the body in between these jaws. I'm showing a parallel under it, and I'm showing this at 25 degrees. All right? Let me do this. Now this is in the vise, and you can put your protractor right on that. Turn that thing to get the right orientation to the tang. You see it? That's one way of getting it, so you know it's in the vice jaws at the right angle. All right, let me get it back there. Come on, stupid. Where the hell are you? There. All right, I'm showing you the milling machine vise, the front view. So that, you see it on the side? This is looking at it from the front. You can see the body sticking above the vice jaw. Now this thing's hanging out, and you got a mill here. You got a mill a tang in here. How you gonna hold that stable? You see this? That's called a machinist jack. You've seen them. It's got a swivel head on it, and it's got a screw. I didn't put the screw in there, but you screw it up put this on the table or some parallels or a 1, 2, 3 block. Screw it up, get it stable, and do your milling. That's my thought. All right. Does that make any sense to you guys? All right. This is called paint by numbers, pal. All right. All right. Well, I don't know. I'm trying to see. Did I miss anything? I don't know. Who gives a rat's ass? I think you got enough there to get a good feel on the approach. All right? If I was working with another guy and we were working together, we'd be discussing this just like I'm laying it on you. It's called plan your work and work your plan. I didn't invent that saying. That's common knowledge, all right?